Hi, I'm Joe Platia and thank you for choosing my online training courses. This video is going to require you to have a general knowledge of your basic eye and lip techniques, so it's strongly advised that you take my basic eye and lip application techniques video prior to watching this video, and it'll help you understand a little bit more of some of the techniques used in the video. I hope you enjoy the lesson, and I hope to provide you with many more lessons in the future. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the video. So we begin with our model Nikki. It's going to be a relatively simple look, but we're going for a nice classic evening look. We're going to begin with a color called Pink Mauve, and we're going to begin this on the outer corner of the eye, and working that in the outer corner into the crease a bit. And this is a matte tone we're putting down. And again, we're going to go very dramatic with the lips, so I want to keep the eyes pretty subtle, so I'm going to go with pretty natural colors here. I'm just going to run this under the lower lash line as well. Okay. Next we're going to use a color called Irish Cream. This is a very soft earth tone brown. It's also a matte shade. I'm just going to work that into the pink mauve. And run a little under the lower lash line as well, just kind of blending into the pink mauve as well. Okay, next we're going to use a color called Snow, which is just a flat white, a matte tone. I'm going to run on the inside corner of the eye and work that into the brow a bit too, tone down that crease just a bit. And bring it down just a bit. So tone down that crease just a bit more. And just add a little product right on top of the crease. And then blend it. Add a little highlight right into the center of the eye here. Right above the eye color. And I'll run a little here under the lower lashes as well. Okay. Next we use a color called Sable. It's a relatively dark brown liner, and we're just going to run this from the inside corner to the outer corner. And make the line about 1/8 of an inch thick. Don't worry about making the line perfect, we're going to blend this. And just extend past the outer corner of the eye just a bit. And the lower lash line, we're just going to fill this just a bit. Line this all the way across, and really try to get that liner into those lower lashes. Kind of work it in there. So we really want to fill this outer corner here, just because of the shaping of her eye. I want to open that eye up a bit more. Okay, I'm going to go through with a small blending brush. I want to blend that the brown liner in. Just get rid of those jagged edges. On the lower lash line, we're going to do the same, just blending inward. We want to feather that inward. And just work that into those lashes, just to give a little nice smooth definition to the eye. Okay, next we're going to begin, we're going to use a jet black liner. I'm just giving a tug on the brow here. I want to start just outside the outer corner of the eye, and want a real fine line right at the lash line. On the lower lash line here, I'm just going to fill in that outer corner just a bit. I'm using the edge of my brush so it kind of fades itself inward. I'm going to go through with a small blending brush, and I just want to go ahead and blend this in. Get rid of those jagged lines. And blending it outward a bit. Skipping the lower lash line, we really want to blend this into that lash line as much as we can. It's feathering it inward. Just really want to fill this outer corner here a bit. Just going to blend that out with my thumb. And there you go. We add black mascara, and you have a really nice, natural, pretty look. We're going to go really strong here on the lips, so just pay attention. We're using a dark brown liner. We're going to use that sable liner that we used on the eyes. We're going to use this on the lips as well, because we're going to be using a very bright red. So I want to be able to deepen that red. So I'm just going to fill this in here. I'm going to go outside the lines just a bit. We're going for kind of like that classic look. So whenever you go outside the lines, you've got to make sure you fill the lip over top of that ridge of the lip, the natural lip. And the lower lips here, we're just going to go across. just going to fill the outer corners. Come on down. And don't be intimidated by the color. Again, we're going to blend this with a really bright red, so don't be intimidated. Now I'm going to fill these outer corners here. Just going to give a nice rounded look for the lips. And this is a classic evening look. This is a really easy way to change colors. So if you have something that's too bright or too dark, just mix it with another color to tone it down. So now I'm using a true red. It's called Red Alert. It's a lipstick. And we're going to blot this here into the center. I don't want to change the color of this lipstick yet. So I'm basically just filling that lip, adding the product. Now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to blend this inward. And just fading it in. Now it's a little tricky for me to see what I'm doing here. I'm actually standing to the side here. I'm actually looking at a monitor rather than my model, so it can be a little tricky here doing lips doing it this way, but this way I'm out of your way and you can see what's going on. So I'm blending from the outside inward. Always from the outside inward. Don't go back and forth because that'll actually change the color of the center of the lip. We want to keep that nice and bright. So I'm blending inward, and from the outside corner of the other side, I'm going to blend it inward. Blending in. Now I may have to go back in here after we're off film just to touch up because it's difficult for me to see as I'm doing it here. I'm just going to blend that in, blend it in, blend it in, bringing the liner into the center. So this which it's giving us a nice rich look to the reds. Do the same here on top. I'm just going to add this Red Alert lipstick to the clean parts of the lips. I'm just going to go through here. I'm going to moisten this liner so it's a little easier to blend. Now I'm just going to kind of blend that in. Now the upper lip, it's not as important to change the color because it's generally always going to cast a shadow. So I'm just going to moisten this. Start blending that. And again, this is basically the look I'm creating is this is a classic evening look. Generally, it's a very natural eye and a very dramatic lip. So again, here let me explain to you how difficult it is to do this from the angle I'm shooting at here. But like I said, after we're done here, I'm gonna have to come in here and clean this up a little bit. But in general, this is the general premise of what we're doing here is showing like a contour and how to work with various colors and changing the color. So originally we had an extremely bright red, and now I've actually got a nice rich red, you know, kind of like a blood red, very pretty. Again, this is a little tricky here. Reds are the most difficult colors to work with by far. They're very temperamental, and any jagged lines or any of that, you're going to see it. It's going to stand out like a sore thumb. So I'm just going to kind of move here a little in front of the camera here so I can see. Blending that across. Okay, come over here, blend this in. Just working that in, trying to get your lines nice and even. And I'm actually going to go in here and I'm just going to try to come in here and see if I can straighten these lines. I'm going to use the edge of my brush here. Just working that in. Now what I'm going to do here, you can see it's got a nice contoured look to it. I still have to go through a bit, and I had to go through and clean up just a bit. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit of shimmer to the eye. I'm going to add a gold star to the eye, which is a loose shimmery gold. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that to the center of the eye. Just add a little bit of give it a little bit of a bang. A little under the lower lash line as well, just to give it a little bit more flair. Just a little bit here and there, just kind of brighten the look up just a tad. Okay, and I actually went through and added just a tad of that gold star, and I blotted it right in the center of the lip there. I just took a brush full of it and patted it on there. Now again, this is a photo styling look, so again, the lips seem very dramatic, but you're going to see here on film how studio lighting is going to bring that down, and studio lighting is actually also going to be equivalent to like sun lighting. So this is our finished look, and you can see how much brighter that red seems on film. Really pretty look. It's classic evening. Again, you can always tone things down. You can go with lighter liners, and again, you could use a dark red liner along with a bright red lipstick. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. You guys can always reach me at themakeupinstructor.com. I always enjoy getting your feedback, any questions you may have about the video, and look forward to providing you with makeup instructional videos in the future. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me anytime. Thanks for choosing themakeupinstructor.com, and I hope you enjoyed the video.